Good evening, everybody here on Facebook and on Zoom. We just had a really lovely conversation on in the Soulful Work community gathering, just sharing our thoughts and connecting on what we're experiencing in our lives and just what's happening in society at large. Not that there's anything happening. It's pretty dull these days, right? Not a lot going on. Um, so anyway, I decided to do this video this evening. This is our Circle of Light meditation on the theme is humanity expanding consciousness with Saint Germain. And I chose Saint Germain who's an ascended master to kind of connect with, really because I felt for some reason his energy was coming in, and I don't normally connect with Saint Germain. I know who he is. I know about the various ascended masters, and I knew that Saint Germain's energy was about helping humanity helping us raise our consciousness as humans, and raise our vibration and going into the new earth, into the fifth dimensional way of being, guided by our hearts, knowing that we're beings of light and that we have power to co-create our realities. And that was, it's funny because I had read about him about 5 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Part of our shift in consciousness," and and now it's like we're living it. We're living it, and it's how, and we need, I think, support, right, to get through this time. And so one of the things that, I sat down earlier today, or was it last night? Maybe it was last night, and just connected with his energy and with channeling. Some of you might know, how, maybe you don't know how channeling works. It's really just connecting with, closing your eyes and just, sometimes it's a color, noticing what seems to float in. If there's a being that wants to connect with you, maybe you're open to whoever wants to come in. Or if you want to connect with a particular being, you intend to connect with that being. And that's what I did in this case with Saint Germain. And just, connecting with the energy and whatever words seem to be flowing in. You don't really know where it's going. So I'm going to read what came up, and then we'll do a meditation to connect with the energy of Saint Germain. And so I should say, Saint Germain is an ascended master who lived. Ascended masters are beings who've lived, and they have evolved beyond their need to have a human body. They've become enlightened, and they're here to. Jesus is the best known ascended master. Buddha, Yogananda, Mother Mary, Gandhi are all ascended masters, often associated with traditional religions. Saint Germain, not so much in this case, but somebody asked me in the angel class I'm doing an interesting question, which is, who are the ascended masters associated with Judaism? And I didn't know off the top of my head, but what came to me was Abraham and Moses. And then I looked that up today, and I was like, oh, they are important figures in Judaism, so that would make sense. So anyway, all right, so let's read. I'll read the message that came through. So this was, I called it Birthing a New Way, a message from Saint Germain of the Violet Flame, which is the vibration and color that he connects with. You're experiencing a birthing of a new way. Imagine what it might feel like to go through a birth canal. It's painful, uncomfortable, and tight. It feels like it will never end. Yet on the other side, we know there is light. Can you sit with this knowing, even if you are not totally sure that there is light at the other end of the tunnel? Can you trust that this is so? You are elevating your vibrational levels to receive frequencies unlike that which you have ever experienced. This will reshape your world and bring new levels of understanding to humanity about what it means to exist in a universe so filled with life and love. We ask you to stay with us, to stay with the energy of shifting. Yes, we ask you to trust that it will work out in the end. It's okay to allow yourself to crumble. Let the emotions flow. We know that this is challenging. You chose to be here during this time to experience this. That means that you are strong enough to withstand it. You have support all around you to help you get through. Please call upon us, any of us light beings that you are comfortable or familiar with, to help reassure you that you can do this. Part of you knows that this is true. Visualize the new world you are birthing. Imagine how joyful you will feel when new societies of love, connection, understanding are blossoming all around, like wildflowers in a meadow. Feel the energy of this and soak it up. We send you our love and our strength to guide you through. We are always with you. So I love that so much because it really does feel like we were just talking about this in our gathering, that we're in a birth canal. Or that we're maybe birthing the mothers, going birthing. And those of you who've had children know what I'm talking about. But if you can even imagine what it feels like to be the baby, that we're being squeezed through a narrow passage, and we're being jostled and turned around, and just and it seems like it's never ending, and it just keeps, how much longer can we endure this? How much more can we take? Maybe we can. Maybe we check out. Some souls are definitely just checking out. I did sign up for this. See ya. They're exiting their bodies. They're done. They're going to help us from the other side. But for those of us who are here, I think, remembering that we did sign up for this, that we're here because we're ready, and that when you come out like a baby through the birth canal, there's light, and it's over. I certainly remember that, going through labor 2 times. The first one was super intense, that it did feel like I remember thinking at one point, I said this out loud, I don't think I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can keep doing this, because hours and hours and hours. Oh God, it's amazing. And that is literally what I feel like some of us are feeling with this, never-ending situation. So much division, so much polarity. But if we can remember, like the message here, that we can do this, that we're stronger than we think we are, and that we're, like Lori Ladd, this gifted channeler, who I love so much. She uses this, she says we're alchemizing, we're transmuting so much of the shadows, so much of the darkness. I personally am dealing with that in my own life. It's not easy. And it's taken a lot of just, resting and meditating, and just, healing these patterns in my family, and breaking patterns, and, separating if needed, clearing, protecting energy, standing in my truth. Not always easy, right? So I'm sure a lot of you here are experiencing that too. And I send you my blessings, because I know how crazy it is and how hard it is. But we can do it. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. So, all right, let's begin the meditation. All right. So let's see, I think I might record this one, because it's nice. I have never connected with Saint Germain. So let's begin. You can close your eyes and just begin by taking a deep inhale, pausing at the top of the inhale, and then slowly letting the air out, letting your shoulders drop, letting your belly sink in, fully pushing the air out. Another deep, full breath in, really expanding your whole upper body, expanding your lungs, like blowing up an accordion. And just feeling the expansion, and then slowly deflating like a balloon, just letting out any energy that's not serving you, anything that your body wants to let go of. Just let it go. It's okay to let it go. One last deep inhale, breathing in so much light, so much power, so much vibrational strength into your body. And then just slowly settling in, slowly exhaling, grounding into your body. So when I do these meditations, as you may know, I don't come up with the plan. I just ask to be guided to what feels right. And tonight, what's coming up is to really help you ground into the earth. So I'd like you to imagine roots going down through your feet, down into the essence of Mother Earth, deep through the soil, around rocks, these roots that just travel around, go so, so deep through the clay, through the sand, into the deeper layers, big rocks. And so just feeling these roots spreading out, rooting you down, so deeply connected to this rock, this planet, to the vegetation, to the water, to all that makes up our beautiful Gaia. And just imagine that you're like a tree, and the tree is growing up. It seeks the light, it seeks the sun to grow. And so imagine that you're growing higher and higher, that your trunk is expanding, that the branches are spreading out. And if you're in a forest with other trees, there would be a little bit of competing for the sun, but you would also move and adapt to accommodate the others around you. But just imagine what that would feel like to stretch up to the light for your nourishment. And soaking up that light, absorbing it into your veins like a tree would soak up nutrients, and flowing through your trunk into your limbs and flowing down into the roots, the lifeblood moving all around. And you can bring in the color violet, the violet flame of Saint Germain, who was helping to guide this. And imagine what does that color violet feel like as you soak it up in your veins, as you drink it up like grape juice. What comes up, what feeling arises in your heart for the color violet? And can you imagine a flame, like a violet candle, burning in your heart? And it's getting brighter and brighter and stronger until there's one giant flame, and there's other flames that are spreading through your body, this violet fire circulating through your veins, activating you. It's activating something deep within, a primal knowing that you are here for a very specific purpose. You are here to help shift humanity into a new consciousness. You have volunteered for this job. This is your mission. And if you're listening to this, then you know and you feel that this is speaking to you, that you feel this in your bones. You may have this emotional reaction of truth. You're remembering who you are. And in order for what a flame does is it cleanses, it burns off the excess, it burns off what is no longer needed. And this violet flame is burning off the layers of programming, the layers of falsehood, the layers of shame and negativity and hardship, and the belief that life is supposed to be hard, and knowing that we burn that off, we burn off those layers of falsehoods, that we come down, we boil it down to the essence of truth, which is that life is beautiful and free and abundant and filled with love. Allow those feelings to flow through your veins. What would it feel like if you were to step into the knowing that you are an infinite being of pure light, that of the powers to heal yourself and to heal others, to create whatever you can imagine in your minds, that there are many other beings around, multidimensional beings who are here to help teach you some of this. What would it feel like to live in a world that you can't quite yet grasp or imagine, but that you feel is there? Paradise on earth. Just imagine that. Live in that feeling for a moment. And feel your body expanding. Feel your power expanding out in the outer layers. You've been taught that you are not that which you are. You've been taught that you are less than, that you don't know, that you need to go to others for answers, and this has all been just lies. You have all the answers you need within. You don't need to go to any external source. You may need a little bit of remembering, but it's all within you. It's all within us. So knowing that you can push into these outer layers of remembrance of the Akashic records in your etheric body, in your astral body, these outer layers that contain this information, all that is a roadmap to guide you forward. And you can even begin to access, pulling some books out of the shelf, pull upon some of that information that is here for you. So do that now. Begin to access some bits of information about who you are. Opening the book and reading or absorbing the information there on the page. And begin to imagine that you're living in this new way that was previously described, with this information in hand of who you've been in many lifetimes on this planet and others, and take a moment to feel yourself in this new earth and embody your place in this new earth. In this new earth, there is telepathy. There is no need for as many words as we have this silent exchange of ideas and understanding. And when somebody expresses something that is unfamiliar, instead of feeling threatened by it, we have a sense of that person's feelings about it and their perspective, and that helps bring compassion. When somebody's sick, we are able to help them heal simply with our hands, with our energy. They are able to use their thoughts to heal, and put the right foods in their bodies. And we're working with light all at all times, bringing in light, using light. This world is coming. We are birthing this new world. We are the forerunners helping to shepherd, and our descendants will talk about us and how we brought this shift, how we helped birth this wonderful new way at great odds, at great expense to ourselves. A lot of courage, a lot of bravery. And we can remember that we are strong enough, we can do this, that we are simply here to play our role in this exciting time. So you can begin to come back into your bodies. We're going to begin closing this. If you'd like to bring your hands to your heart, or in prayer position to your heart center, just giving thanks for this guidance, for this space, for this energy of Saint Germain and the other ascended masters who've been here with us. We ask to be guided in all that we do in the coming days, months, and years. And we give thanks for this information and support and wisdom shared with us today. May it be so. So it is. All right. So you can come back into your body, stretching out. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So that was interesting. I hope that was helpful in some way. It was an interesting channeling, download, I guess, for me, and hopefully helpful for you. I'm always curious. I'd love to hear what the experience was like for people if you want to share. Yeah, and I thought about doing Archangel Uriel this evening because I'm teaching this angel class, which is with 9 wonderful people, and I just love angels. But I decided, for some reason, at the last minute, that Saint Germain, the energy of Saint Germain was what was really coming in. So. Yeah, it's interesting that the message of expanding consciousness and helping us remember who we are and activating our light bodies, and it's really our DNA is being reassembled, right? Our DNA was disassembled, broken in half thousands of years ago by intervening consciousness, the extraterrestrial beings. This is going to get a lot out there, so for some of you that came in and just kind of took away our remembrance. But that's being rebuilt. Our DNA is being reassembled like a TV antenna. It's being put back together. So it's really amazing to have that awareness that this is what's happening. So, all right. Well, thank you all for being here. I actually managed to not go too much over this evening. Amazing. I usually talk a lot more in the beginning. Because I say it's 8 to 8:20, and it's always longer than that. So thank you. Oh, hi, Kendall. Thanks for saying that. Those of you who are on my email list saw that I mentioned something about something I've been working on over the past few months, and I'm excited to share that soon next week. This culmination of really what I feel like what will be like why I started doing this work, to help then help bring other light workers into the knowing that they can do this work as well, and to help guide them forward. So I've been working out, for the past few months with my amazing business coach, Heidi Simons, who is, I'm going to tag her here. So you guys can see her. She's great. She's like my go-to for all my business stuff and just support. So I'll be sharing that soon, and I'm really excited about it to share with those of you who feel like you're here for deeper purpose, for a deeper reason to share light. There's ways to do it and to make it a business. And we deserve abundance, and it's possible. Let's see, Kendall, the name of the book on Ascended Masters, I think Communicating with the Angels. No. I'll share it with you. It is a book. It's like this encyclopedia by Susan Gregg. Encyclopedia. Here we go. I'm looking it up. Susan Gregg, Gregg, The Complete Encyclopedia of Angels, A Guide to 200 Celestial Beings. So I'll share it with you. I'm not going to link to Amazon because I don't want to support them. But so here it is, A Complete Encyclopedia of Angels. It's a great book. It has all kinds of different angels, ascended masters, saints, gods, goddesses, and you can read about them and their energy. And it's really cool. So, all right. Thank you all for being here. May the force be with you. We can do this. We're birthing so much. The new earth. Hopefully we'll see it in our lifetimes. Let's make it. Let's intend for that to happen. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.